British and Irish Lions kick off their 2025 campaign with a game versus Argentina, and Andy Farrell definitely has a few head-scratching decisions to make. Do you pick your Leinster and Bath players who've just played in their respective finals, or do you go with the other guys that haven't played for a couple of weeks to give them minutes? Here's my predicted team. As always, let me know in the comments, what changes would you make? Would you bring in those guys that have just played finals for their club teams, or would you give the other guys a go? What changes would you make? I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into it. So this was recorded before the news of Xander Ferguson's injuries come into play. So straight swap, Xander Ferguson for Finlay Bealham. I'll bring Finlay Bealham into the starting lineup. Also someone who's played for Connacht and for Ireland plenty of times. He's not in the Leinster or Bath or Leicester Tigers team that are playing in the finals of the URC or Premiership. Someone who's been in and around the island setup for a long time. Andy Farrell knows him well and will slot into that squad perfectly. So I'll just move Finlay Bealham into the starting lineup there, and the rest for now will stay the same. All right, so like I said, British and Irish Lions, it's here. It is here. It's on our doorstep. The first game they play is versus Argentina in Dublin. I'm pretty sure it is. It is a week after Bath play in the finals of the Premiership and Leinster play in the finals of the URC. So I've taken most of those guys. I'm going with the notion that Andy Farrell is going to leave those guys out of this game and pick from the rest. So let's just get straight into it. So my predicted side for that game versus Argentina: Ellis Genge, Luke Cowan-Dickie and Xander Ferguson up front. Then Maro Toje, captain, and Tide Byrne, locks. Back row of Jack Morgan, Henry Pollock and Ben Earl. The back line, Alex Mitchell and Finn Smith, 9 and 10. Bundy Aki and Sione Tuipolotu in the centres, and then Duan van der Merwe, Tommy Freeman, Elliot Daly, the back three. The bench, I've gone with Ronan Gallagher, Piers Kuman, Tide Furlong, Scott Cummings, Tom Curry, Thomas Williams, Marcus Smith, and Mac Hansen. Strong, very, very strong squad. And while, yes, there's a lot of Bath there's a couple of Bath and Leinster players out, this is still a very strong squad. As you can see, obviously I've got Ronan Gallagher and Furlong in there on the bench, and they're obviously part of Leinster. But I'm going off the back of them not getting much minutes in those games. Like Furlong didn't play in the semi-final. Gallagher only got 10 minutes, I think it was, in the semi-final. So I don't see them getting much or a lot more minutes than that in the finals. So they'll still be fresh and ready to go. The rest of the guys have all had a couple of weeks off, and they are itching, raring, foaming out of the mouth, ready to play. So they'll be primed for this game. So let's get into some of the reasons why. And as always, I want to hear, let's start the debate. Let me know if I know anything about British and Irish Lions rugby. What changes would you make? Because I'm going to be covering it all. They're coming down here to Australia. It's going to be good. Right, so up front, I've gone Ellis Genge, Xander Ferguson, and Luke Cowan-Dickie. While these guys are probably not going to start, they are still probably not going to start like the main tests. They're still quality players. Obviously, all starters for their national side. Ellis Genge, while giving you good, strong scrums, he's giving you a lot of stuff outside of scrumming. So carrying the ball, getting you over that advantage line, and then tackling as well. Gets through a ton of work in that regard. Same with Luke Cowan-Dickie, also a good, devastating ball runner. And Xander Ferguson gives you a little bit more just the ruck cleaning. He hits a ton of rucks. So that's something they'll look at for sure. And then my locks, Maro Toje, Tide Byrne. Maro Toje, obviously captain. This is probably going to be your starting lineup locks. And they both haven't played for a couple of weeks now. Obviously, Saracen's not in the Premiership finals. Munster got knocked out in the quarters. These guys are going to go. I mean, you know what Morrow's giving you, obviously, the leadership, work rate through the roof. And then Tide Byrne as well, giving you a ton of work rate. And he gives you a lot with regards to carrying the ball as well. He's got a lot of skill. He's got a good little offload. Obviously, Andy Farrell being the coach, they'll want to play I'm guessing a similar style to Ireland, and that involves the forwards doing lots of little back plays, lots of plays of second, third phase, and a strong line out as well. So Tide Burn and Morrow Toja are giving you those options in general play and then at line out time as well. And then my back row, this Jack Morgan, Henry Pollock, Ben Earl. Oof. And then you've got Tom Curry on the bench still. Oh man, it can go either way. This could definitely be, I could see that be your starting lineup as your back row, because what Jack Morgan is giving you defensively, oh man, ton of turnovers, high work rate, but then also carrying the ball. He was one of the most meters gained in the Six Nations. So, man, get him in there. Henry Pollock can make something from nothing, is doing all the flashy stuff, but he's also knuckling down and doing what needs to be done to be a world-class back rower as well. So getting you a ton of turnovers, making all of the tackles, and he's got the skill to be able to be that link between backs and forwards as well. Then Ben Earl is Ben Earl, and off the back of a scrum, try and stop him. Strong ball carrier, also got the skills and just work rate. All three of these guys, just work rate through the roof. So definitely good options for them there at the back row. And then you got someone like Tom Curry coming off the bench. Holy. Henry Pollock's obviously probably the best option there as another line-out option. Scott Cummings on the bench there gives you a bit. Also very physical, man, that Scott Cummings was, but that was to do with the locks. All right, into the backs. 9 and 10, Alex Mitchell, Finn Smith. The England partnership, the Saints partnership, and it works. It works well. Let them cook. Let them do it. Alex Mitchell is probably pushing, Jamison Gibson Park's been playing fantastic rugby at the moment, but he's definitely pushing Gibson Park as a starting nine for the British and Irish Lions. And Finn Smith, to be honest, yes, Finn Russell has gone on a run now with Bath, doing really well, but that number 10 jersey on this tour is definitely not locked in. Finn Smith, I think, gets the nod here. Maybe Marcus Smith. Maybe just because he's been there and done it as well, and then have Finn Smith on the bench to come on. But I think that combination between Mitchell and Finn Smith will work well. And like I said, no one has got that 10 jersey locked down. He can go out there, kick his kicks, control the game, use the plays inside and outside of him, and just do his thing, play how we all know he can play, and definitely put his hand up to be a starter in that British and Irish Lions team. And then going to the centres, Bundy Aki, Sione Tuipolotu. Oh, man. So Tuipolotu played outside centre on the weekend for Glasgow because Hugh Jones has had a bit of an ankle injury, I think it is. Gary Ringrose, your other options there, but obviously with Leinster still. So I've gone with Bundy Aki and Sione Tuipolotu. Oh, man. Try and tackle these guys. Imagine that front foot ball or first face. Good luck trying to stop them. They're giving you that every day of the week. You can even see them swapping, and because Sione Tuipolotu's got such a good late read of an offload right up at the line, so he'll take the ball right to the line, look there, play the short, or look short and play out the back. And if he's looking out the back and plays short to a Bundy Aki running onto it, good luck trying to tackle those guys because, man, that is two buses running at you with footwork, with agility. So that is a nice centre pairing there, and I would love to see that happen for sure. And then my back three, Duan van der Merwe, Tommy Freeman, Elliot Daly. You've got a 1-2 punch of Bundy Aki, Tuipolotu in the centres, and then you've got someone like van der Merwe and Freeman that can come around the corner as well to give you that first phase setup. You've got 4 massive threats that 10 out of 10 times are going to give you front foot ball or first phase. The absolute units, all 4 of them over 100 kilos. That's That's what you want. You're getting front foot ball, and then your forwards can work around the corner, and you're happy as Larry. How good is that? But not only are Van der Merwe and Freeman giving you front foot ball, their try scoring ability that they have, second to none, because they're fast as hell as well. They can beat you in so many ways. They can run around you. They can step you, chip and chase. They can run over the top of you. Fantastic. And then Elliot Daly at the back. Cool, calm, collected. Been there, done that. Huge boot to help with exiting, because that's definitely something you need. And all the experience in the world at the back, talking on defense, positioning on defense, knowing when to enter into the line on attack. So definitely a good option there. Blair Kinghorn was another option, but he was in a leg brace I saw a couple of weeks ago. So I don't know how his fitness levels are looking. But he's definitely an option there, but I've gone with Elliot Daly. And then you've got Marcus Smith, Mac Hansen on the bench, Thomas Williams on the bench there for the backs as well. Williams got awarded Premiership Player of the Year, so he could even start. I could see that happening. So he can definitely come on and bring extra energy. Marcus Smith is covering 10 and fullback. Mac Hansen's covering wing and maybe fullback. And then if a centre gets injured, you move Elliot Daly into centre, or you move Tommy Freeman into centre, and you can move one of the other centres around and bring Mac Hansen on, or Marcus Smith, whatever you need to do. That is a very, very strong squad. Like I said, I've left the Bath, Leicester Tigers and Leinster players out of it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. What changes would you make? Yeah, and follow along. This is going to be a hell of a ride. The British and Irish Lions tour to Australia. How good. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you next time. Bye.